So welcome to another installment of Online and Social Marketing Enablement for Partners. For this chapter, I've invited our Oracle experts to share their best practices and insights on the latest social marketing tools. And with us today is Carilu Dietrich. Carilu runs awareness advertising for Oracle, writing ads, directing the design, and buying the media. Carilu oversees ads that run on the front page of the Wall Street Journal, in airports around the world, on social media, mobile, video, and guerrilla marketing. Carilu, it's great to have you here.
Happy to be back.
Well, today you're here to talk a little bit about sort of the formula behind Oracle advertising and share some key tenets that our partners could take away when they think about their advertising strategies. Why don't we just go ahead and jump in?
Sure thing. Yeah. So we don't have a creative agency. We write all the ads in-house, and it's pretty much
an army, right?
An army of people that consists of two of us, me and my boss, the vice president, who are the actual writers of a lot of the content. Now we collaborate with all the product marketing folks and content, but we write the ads. We have a couple designers that design them. We have a real focus on some rules that I'm going to share with you, and that has led to a lot of advertising success. People remember our ads. We get our message across. They're pretty iconic, so we want to share some of the best practices.
Great, let's jump in.
Great. So a couple of the things that we think about as we're writing a new ad, we're looking for one big hook. Often product people come to us and they have 3 to 5 different highlights they'd like to add.
There's a lot of features.
Features, functionalities, benefits. We're looking for one thing, and we're really going to drive it home. I'm going to show you some examples, so I'm going to go kind of quickly through the rules and then show you it in action in Oracle ads. The second thing we do is the headline has to say it all. If you never see the rest of the ad, you have to know what we're trying to get across to you. So, Exadata 5 times faster. There might be a picture of an Exadata box or some details about a customer implementation, but if you only see the headline, you can turn the page of your Wall Street Journal and know what Oracle is trying to tell you. We're always looking for things to be attention-grabbing, really something that's surprising or unexpected. We're trying to stand out in a sea of other information coming at you all of the time. So looking for that nugget. I have a fantastic example in here. We're looking for things that are differentiated. So we're not satisfied writing an ad where you can take our logo off and replace it with someone else's and it's okay. So, a scalable solution to help you deploy could be any company. We're looking for something that's just us. So for a partner, that might be, deep Exadata experience with public sector customers in the US, or different types of things where you really focus on your differentiator that's unique from everyone else. And the last thing that's pretty Oracle, but works in any forum of marketing, is being numbers-driven and facts-based. So we're looking for those claims that really stand out and prove our point. So don't show me or don't use big metaphors. Just hit it hard. Tell me it's 5 times faster. Tell me it's the #1. Really look for those metrics that make you stand out.
Should people think of it as like an infographic kind of way on this?
Well, let me show you some examples, because I think infographics are a fantastic way to highlight the information that is intriguing to your customers, but I'm not sure that infographics are designed with the same objective as an ad, which is to get one point across and convince someone that your XYZ is better. And so we would say that an infographic has too much. It's maybe distracting you and providing too much information for an ad.
Yeah.
An ad, you want one thing and you really want to hit it. Just a couple things on the style that we use. We tease, I say that I am, a bonsai poet. We try to look for the fewest number of words that you can use, and then we cut from there. Our headlines really only have 3 to 5 words, because you want it to be big and you want it to be memorable.
I've been there with you where we're actually counting characters.
Yes, we count the exact line to make sure it's, lines up pretty and it's short. And the same idea in the body, we really look for bullets instead of paragraphs or long words. Some of our competitors write long essays. That's not Oracle style. A direct headline and a couple of proof points to support it. The next thing is we really try to avoid consulting speak. You can get into that habit of using descriptive words that marketers like to use, but they don't speak to the everyday person. Maximize your performance, optimize your strategy. We're really looking for what exactly does that mean.
That takes discipline. It's hard to do.
It's really hard. We do a lot of editing on the content that comes in. And then we avoid the passive voice. Oracle has a really strong voice. We don't help you deliver. It's delivering, taking the active role. So I'll show you some examples. A couple of these are old ads, but I brought them up because they're some of our favorites around demonstrating the rule. So this one is about one big hook. The headline really says it all. Full support, half the price. It has some information about what and how, but there's a hook that is going to interest people, like, ooh, something from Oracle, half the price.
And I like this too because the support bullets support the key theme. You're not talking about something else here where suddenly I'm lost. There's one message I leave with support, and I get that.
Right, we're really focusing on the one thing we want you to take home. Similar, but the rule that we implement and we look at as we're writing, does the headline say it all? Does it stand out? Even if you can't see what's in the body here, do you know what we're trying to deliver to that person? Remember our product name and that it's better than our competitors?
No lack of clarity with this one.
Very straight and to the point. Helps to have a really aggressive executive that supports that type of content. Our aggressive style isn't for everyone, but
Right.
Some of these best practices, like everyone can write a really direct headline with a very few number of words that points at the differentiation. This is one of my favorites. This was before my time, but an attention-grabbing headline. They were trying to talk about security for the database, and the headline here says, does your DBA know about your financial results before your CEO? It's really intriguing. If you'd read that, you would say, oh, that would be scary. Or, what, do they? How can I solve that? How can I learn more? So we're always looking for, is there something that would be unexpected that we can highlight to really get people engaged and then read more?
And they will, at that point, go to a call to action. Whoops. And I moved it ahead for you, but that's so clear. When it's attention grabbing like that, they're almost just really chartered to go do something with that information or sort of the feeling that's left with that reader.
And whether it's an email, whether it's your website, whether it's a social media post, you really need to think, people are busy and they're not paying attention to what you're trying to tell them. They don't care. You need to make it short and punchy and engaging so that they take the next step. You only have and we call it the 2-second rule. You only have 2 seconds to engage them or they're moving on. How can you do that in the least number of words up front so you don't miss that opportunity? If we get a chance to talk about more than just the 1 3-word takeaway, we really like to focus on differentiating from our competitors. And we're not afraid to go head to head. And this is an ad where we look at some of the features of a specific product and how they relate to different competitors. Customers are looking for information from an advertisement. We're not giving them emotion. Oracle ads don't have pretty pictures and emotional overtones. They're factual, they're providing information, and they're helping people make choices about who they should consider. And so we're very aggressive with making sure we're differentiated from a competitor.
No, this is a classic one, right? Folks see these ads and this campaign, everywhere. It's a good one. It's one of my favorites.
Right. We are focused on differentiating ourselves through numbers and facts and proof. And this was a massive campaign that's gone on for many years around our global airports and guerrilla marketing and different types of events where we talk about Oracle's strength as it relates to different industries and different types of companies by showing our leadership. And this is one type of example. And I'm going to just fast forward through. Here's another that's kind of more detailed. This was a company we acquired, Primavera, with a kind of ad that you would see in IT magazines with a person and a description and a paragraph. And there's nothing wrong with that style necessarily, but it's not Oracle's approach. Oracle takes this and moves it into, they had the #1 project portfolio management system, Oracle and Primavera together.
You can't tell that from here.
You don't, if you never read the rest of our ads, this is a leadership product. You provide more facts below that really prove and justify what you're claiming in the headline. This is critical to every ad every ad we write at Oracle.
So let's wrap it up. Some of the takeaways. I loved the examples. Not only did you share some best practices, but you showed them in action. So these are things partners can implement themselves.
They sure can. I started at a small company. I got acquired along the way into Oracle, and now we have these, big departments and separated responsibilities, but fundamentally, writing is somewhat of a personal process. You sit down with a paper and pen and you follow rules that will help you across all the different marketing skills you're trying to do. And you shouldn't be intimidated. You know, again, there's two of us that do the main writing. We take information from a lot of people, but getting that skill to be succinct, having a big hook, the headline that says it all, attention grabbing, differentiated, these are the things that are going to make you successful across all different marketing media channels. You know, look for words you can eliminate right off the bat. Try to put things into bullets so they're fast to consume instead of making people read on and on. Really try to check yourself about consulting speak. If your parents or friends aren't going to understand what you're talking about, maybe go back to the drawing board.
No buzzword bingo?
No
allowed?
Buzzword bingo. I had a roommate in college who would read my papers and she would say, "What are you trying to say here?" And I would say, "Oh, I'm trying to say this and that." She'd be like, "Why don't you say that?" And it's always applicable here. Like, what are you saying? We get so involved in our own world, you have to look at your words again. Aggressive and snarky is kind of Oracle style. Everyone's going to have their own style.
And we encourage, and partners should find their own style that fits with their strategy and their customer engagement.
But don't be afraid to say what makes you unique and differentiated. Don't softball it. And when we finish our development on a couple different ad campaigns, we'll play this game where you pick up the ad and you show it to someone, and they have 2 seconds and you hide it. And in that time, you ask them what they remember. And if they're not remembering the core message you want to deliver, or nothing stands out, there's like 3 different bodies of text and 2 images, we start over and try to come up with new concepts. So really take yourself through that 2-second test.
2 seconds.
What do you remember? That's what people see when they look at a flip a page through a magazine. That's what people see when they're browsing through a website and they're looking for what they want, not the ad you're trying to deliver. So with this in mind, I think our partners can be have an opportunity to look at their own advertising or marketing techniques and use some of these and have some success.
Find the tone and style that works for them and follow some kind of key rules. Carilu, this has been great. Thank you so much for joining us and sharing some of your wisdom.
Thanks for having me today.
Great to have you here. And partners, thanks for joining us today for this segment of online and digital marketing strategies for partners. Certainly join the conversation on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Share questions, comments, or insights that you have. If you'd like to hear more from us, let us know. Thanks for joining.